Hello, hello. My name is Danielle Damianov, and if you are watching this, you are probably making a decision on what real estate brokerage to join and are considering to join eXp. So, I want to tell you a little bit about me and my story so that you can see what my story is with real estate and how I can help you. So, I was born and raised in a small town, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I went to college at Bentley University, which is just outside of Boston. And I lived in Boston when I graduated. I had zero idea what I wanted to do with my life. And on a cold, rainy Massachusetts July day, I flew to Tampa, Florida to visit a friend and said, I am moving here. So I moved to Tampa, did not know anybody, and got started right away in the mortgage business. I just kind of fell into it when I was interviewing for companies. And in that period of time, I read the little Robert Kiyosaki book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do with my life. I love the book. I want to get into real estate. No, there was no $1 million listing back then. But that book literally changed my life. So I got my real estate license. Fast forward a few years, I moved to the Southwest Florida area. The market was booming. I opened up a real estate company and a mortgage company. I was the broker for both. We were literally in our early 20s, crushing it. And then we all know what happened in 2008. The market crashed. And not only did the market crash, but I just had my daughter in 2007, August. I just had my son in December of 2008, and I literally felt like my world was caving in. And I know a lot of other people at that time were too. So I did not know what to do. I closed my real estate company, I closed my mortgage company, and I thought to myself, well, I might as well be a stay-at-home mom. We don't really have any money coming in, and I cannot afford daycare. So I am just going to be a stay-at-home mom. 6 months of being a stay-at-home mom, I realized that is not for me. So I ended up hiring my mom to watch my kids, and I said, I need to get back into real estate. I didn't really want to go into mortgage at the time. I felt like real estate was still a thing. Yes, there was a lot of foreclosures and short sales, but people were still buying. So I went full time into real estate. I got involved in Mike Ferry coaching. I literally had hardly any money, but I said I can either spend money on buying leads or I can spend money on investing in myself. I chose to spend the money to invest in myself, and it was honestly the best thing I could have ever done. So I paid $1,000 a month for one-on-one coaching with Mike Ferry. I started to learn how to prospect, cold call expired listings, door knock for sale by owners, door knock just listed, just sold, door knock pre-foreclosures, which became a huge part of my business. And very quickly, I built my business from absolutely nothing to being one of the top listing agents at the company in a short period of time, solely from cold calling and prospecting. A couple of years later, I was, doing awesome in Southwest Florida, but something just didn't feel right, and I wanted to move to a bigger city. I moved from Boston to Southwest Florida, and I said, I am a city girl. I want to be in the city, so I moved to Miami. Took my husband, took my kids, did not know anybody in Miami, did not know how to get around, did not speak Spanish, which is not a prerequisite to live in Miami, but I know a lot of people think that it is. And I said, I need to find a company that is going to, number one, have a name behind it because I did not have the name. I was new to the area that was going to have the training and support. And so I interviewed 7 different companies and I went with the one that felt right for me at the time. So if you are trying to figure out what company to go with right now, I want you to really think about what it is that you're looking for in your real estate business and go with a company that aligns with that. You don't necessarily want to go with a company just because they're 100% commission or whatever. So, for example, I interviewed with 7 different companies. I interviewed with some that were 100% commission and some that were like a 70-30 split, a 60-40, an 80-20. And I went with the one that felt right at the time. I went with EWM Realty. I want to say I was on either a 70-30 or an 80-20 split. I can't remember, but it didn't matter because the value that they brought to me at that time was huge. They had the name, they had the support, they had the training. I wanted to be in an office. So they had everything that I was looking for at the time. So, anyways, once again, did not know anybody. I started cold calling expired listings. I got my very first listing within 30 days. And then that propelled me to become, once again, one of the top agents in the company in a short period of time, solely from cold calling. So, fast forward a couple of years, 4.5 years later, we're thriving in Miami, but something was missing. My parents still lived in Southwest Florida. My kids were getting older. They're so involved in sports. We never really got to see my parents. And the way that I grew up with all of my cousins and my grandparents on both sides and everybody around as a family. And it was just us in Miami. So I really wanted that for my kids. I wanted my kids to have my parents around, their grandparents, their cousins, to be around other family members. So we decided to move back to Southwest Florida. And at that time, I had to make a hard decision. Do I go back into real estate, which I was interviewing with all of the real estate companies over here, Keller Williams, whatever, Sotheby's, Premier Plus, all of them. So do I go back into real estate or do I go back into mortgage, which was my first true love? And we love to travel. So I decided to go back into mortgage mainly because I did not want to be stuck in one spot. I love to travel, and real estate is very local, right? So I thought to myself, I'm going to go back into mortgage, which I did. Absolutely. I'm still in mortgage. I love it. And the problem was that I didn't have a database anymore. So when I moved to Miami, I made the mistake of not keeping my database in Southwest Florida because I wasn't thinking I was coming back. Well, here I am back in Southwest Florida doing mortgage now and absolutely no database. So now here I am again starting from scratch. So the way that I built my business on mortgage is I took everything that I learned, how to list expireds, how to list for sale by owners, how to work with sellers in the listing presentation, how to work with buyers in the buyer presentation, lead generation, all of the skills that I learned through my one-on-one Mike Ferry coaching, as well as, just basically doing the deals. I started creating all of these courses and I would go into real estate brokerages. I also went into the board of realtors. I was instructor of the year 2 times for the board of realtors. And I was teaching these classes to real estate agents in return to get their mortgage business. So I built my mortgage business pretty quickly by doing all of these classes and teaching agents, right, how to sell real estate. So a couple of years ago, someone came to me and I've always had my real estate license. I didn't want to let it go. I love talking real estate. I love helping realtors sell real estate. If you've ever done a mortgage with me, you know that I talk the talk right there with you. And a lot of times I'll help you figure out how to structure the deals on the real estate side because I know that side very well. So I had to make a decision with my license. The company that I was with, which I wasn't selling real estate, I just had it hung there, was closing. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do with my license? A good friend of mine, Susan Heller, said, I think you should look at eXp. And when I looked at eXp, I said, this is the perfect company for me. Why? Because most real estate companies, the only way you can make money is if you close a deal, right? With eXp, there are so many different ways that you can make money. And I'm not looking to close the deal. I'm not looking to sell real estate. I'm looking to help other real estate agents sell real estate. So the fact that they have an agent attraction program where I can bring other agents in with me, not being on my team, just being part of the company and get revenue share from everything that they close, to me was huge. So I really want to be able to help other real estate agents close deals. I do not compete. I am here to help you. And I have all of the training programs and knowledge that you would possibly need to go from, let's just say, closing doing 3, 4, 10 deals a year to being that icon agent and I'll explain icon agent in a minute with eXp. Okay. So that is why I switched to eXp is I really have a passion for helping other agents. I really have a passion for teaching, whether it's agents or just entrepreneurs in general. And I've created all of these courses to help you close more deals. So that is a little bit about my story. That is why I am now with eXp. And one of the things that I want to say is that who you partner with or the company that you go to matters. Because one of the things that you really want to think about is who are you going to be surrounding yourself with? And they have that old saying that you are or your income is the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, right? So you want to think about who you are surrounding yourself with. And when I came to eXp, I had no idea that these huge people are literally either with eXp or have recently joined eXp. There are people that were at other companies that also have downline companies that were making 80,000 or more per month in their downline, and they made the move to eXp. So there has to be a reason for that. And the eXp has the slogan where the pros go to grow, and it could not be more true because if you look at the people that are at eXp right now, they are the best of the best. So who you partner with on a company level and then also on a sponsorship level matters. The second thing is that when you come to eXp, it is going to ask you who is your sponsor. And that is so incredibly important that you choose the right sponsor that is aligned with you and aligned with what you are trying to do. So if you are a mega team, right? I don't have the ability to train a mega team because I've never been a mega team, but my upline is probably one of the biggest mega teams that there is in the entire United States and at eXp. So when you come over to eXp, you're going to be asked who is your sponsor. And that is very, very important that you choose the right sponsor because not only when you partner with me at eXp do you have access to me and all of the courses and the trainings and everything else, but you also have access to my upline, which is amazing. So let's talk about that real quick. So I have the trainings, I have the hub, I have the CRM. It's called Done by One. I do weekly trainings live every Thursday. I do a lunch and learn. All of them are recorded. When you are in my membership program or you are a partner with me at eXp, you have access to all of the on-demand training classes. So the expired listing class, the pre-foreclosure class, the for sale by owner class, the working, just listed, just sold class, circle prospecting, working your farm. All of those classes are in my hub. You have those on demand to you at any time. Plus you have the live classes, which a lot of what I'm doing right now is based around AI and how to help you grow and scale your business with AI. So then right above me is Susan Heller. She has to be probably the best listing agent that I know of, or one of the best in Southwest Florida. I have no idea how many listings she has right now, but it's usually somewhere between 40 to 60 listings. At some points, it's been even more. I would call her the expired listing queen. You have access to her. And what she looks for is she has a million listings, so she's always wanting agents to sit her open houses. And if you want to get into the listing side, she is looking for listing partners. So she will set the appointment. She'll basically tee it up for you. So all you need to do is go on that appointment and get that listing. So she is looking for listing partners as well. Right above her is Tina Call. Tina Call is one of the top agents in eXp. She has one of the largest teams based out of North Carolina. It's called the Call Group. You can look her up. And she is another Mike Ferry trained agent. She is phenomenal. She does tons of different retreats and courses and trainings. Just look up Tina Call online. You will be blown away. She's amazing. Okay. I don't know exactly who is right above her, but as I mentioned before, the mega team, Kyle Whistle and Danielle Beer are in our upline. They joined together recently, and they have a group called Fast Forward Movement. Fast Forward Movement has weekly trainings for every single type of agent. Every Monday, I think it's at 1 o'clock, they have a mastermind. Right after that at 2 o'clock, they dive deep into a specific topic. And then throughout the entire month, they have different masterminds for solo agents, for teams, for people doing up to 50 million, for people doing up to 100 million or more a year in real estate. So they are probably one of the biggest teams that closes the most, and they offer phenomenal training that is run by them that you have access to as well. So a lot of times when you join a company, you have to go into the office, right, for the office meeting or the office trainings, and you're learning from the other agents in the office where half of them have probably only have done like 10 deals a year, right? And they're the top agent of the company. You now have access to the best of the best training imaginable out of the best and the best real estate agents in the country. Okay. So training is amazing. Not only that, but I have a co-sponsor who is all about social media. So I have brought her in to co-sponsor with me. Why? Because everybody in my upline, except for Kyle Whistle and Danielle Beer, I'm not really sure about them, but me, Susan, Tina, we're Mike Ferry. We know how to prospect. We know the scripts. We know all of that. But that is not for everybody. A lot of people are going to also want to learn how to use social media, myself included, to grow and scale your business so that you don't have to be on the phones every single morning from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. because no one likes to do that. Is that a great way to grow your business? 100 million percent. Can I teach you how to do that? 100 million percent. Are you going to want to do that every single day? Probably not. So if you can learn how to grow and scale your business with social media, with YouTube, with Instagram, with landing pages, with lead magnets, with all of that stuff, that gives you another avenue to learn. And she has a whole hub, just like I do, with all of the different courses and trainings so that you are getting the best of both worlds. So when it comes to growing and scaling your business, when it comes to figuring out what company you want to go with, right? If you are looking for top-notch training, number one. Number two, having it be on demand so you can watch it whenever you want to watch it on your own time. And then number three, surrounding yourself with the best of the best of the best. I can tell you that partnering with me at eXp is going to give you that. Not to mention, eXp has about 9 to 16 hours of training every single day on the cloud. We are a cloud-based company. So what that means is that everything is online. If you need to speak with your broker, you just go into eXp World and you speak with the broker in eXp World. It's online. You don't have to call the broker on the phone, which is probably only one broker. In Florida, we have multiple with eXp, to get your answer or to get help, right? You're going to be able to get the help immediately. So we have tons of training at eXp, and we have tons of training when you partner with me at eXp because you are getting access to all of my trainings, as well as all of my co-sponsor partners trainings, as well as the upline trainings. So I promise you, you are going to be part of an amazing group. If you're local here in Southwest Florida, what we also have to offer, as I mentioned, is Susan Heller, top listing agent, is looking for people to go on listing appointments for her, as well as to sit her open houses and be a buyer's agent because she does not work with buyers and she gets a lot of buyers from her listings. So that is an immediate opportunity for you. The next thing I want to talk about is technology. Okay. There is no other company out there that has better technology than eXp. And I can attest to this because I've been in the business since 2001. I have worked for a lot of different brokerages, and eXp has the best technology. Once again, it's a cloud-based company, so everything is online. You get access to Canva Pro. You get your own Canva Pro account. In the Canva Pro account, it has all of the brand done for you. So if you want to create a listing presentation, order your business cards, create flyers or whatever, all of it is already done for you in Canva Pro, which comes with your, you do pay an $85 a month subscription for eXp. That is part of it. You also have CRM of choice. So you can choose what CRM you want to go to. There's 3 different options, 3 different CRMs, or you can join Done by One. When you are in my downline and partner with me, you have access to Done by One at a limited price. You also have eXp World, which is going to have all of the different trainings. We have rallies throughout the year. We have conferences. So there's so much opportunity to get involved, and the technology is the best of the best. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, and I'm not going to go too deep into all of the different ways to make money at eXp, but it is not just closing a deal. So if you want to get more information specifically on how it would work for you, then schedule that one-on-one call with me and we will go over the numbers for you. But I'm going to give you a broad overview. So everybody that comes on to eXp is at an 80-20 split, okay? 80% to you, 20% to the company until the company receives $16,000. So I'm just going to give you an estimate. That's going to be about 2.7 million. Okay. So let's just say that your average, deal is $500,000. And let's just say I'm doing the math right now that you're doing 3%. Okay. So that's $15,000. And eXp is going to get 20% of that. So out of the 15,000, they're going to get $3,000. So what that means is that after about 5 deals, if your average sales price is $500,000, after about 5 deals, you have now capped. The company has received their their $16,000. Okay. After that, for the remainder of the year, you are going to be at 100% commission. If you do 20 deals after you cap, after you've paid in the 16,000, you do 20 deals, you become what is called an icon agent, okay, which is amazing. So once you become an icon agent, you get that $16,000 back in company stock. There's no other company out there that I know of that gives you your cap back in company stock. So when you sign up with eXp, you also sign up for a stock account, like a retirement account, okay? And you have the option every time you close a deal to take money out of that deal and buy company stock at a discounted price. So if you want to, every time you close a deal, you're now putting money into a retirement account for you. There's no other real estate company that I know of out there that has company stock with a retirement account. So many different ways for you to earn that stock. So there's a lot of other ways for you to earn the stock. But if you become an icon agent, you get that $16,000 cap back in company stock, which is incredible. So there's a lot of different ways to make money at eXp, but in the beginning, you're an 80-20 split, or everyone's on an 80-20 split when they first start, unless you're a new agent. I'm going to bring that up in just a second. But 80-20 split, when you cap at 16,000 to the company, you're now at 100%. If you become an icon agent, you get that $16,000 back in company stock. And then on your year anniversary, everything starts all over again. If you are a brand new agent, you have not closed a deal in like 3 years, or you haven't closed a deal ever, okay, the first 3 deals, you're going to get a mentor. And that mentor is there to help you through your first 3 transactions. So you're not like trying to figure out, where everything is, where's all of the contracts, how do I write an addendum, what are the deadlines, blah, blah, blah. So the first 3 deals, you're on a 60-40 split with your mentor. Once you do 3 deals or close 3 deals, you go to the 80-20 split. So that's how that works. We also have something called rev share. A lot of other companies have something called profit share. So the thing with profit share on these other companies where you get a percentage of the profit, half the time, right? Those companies are not even making a profit. So even if you are supposed to be getting profit share from another company and there is no profit, well, guess what you are getting? Nothing. So with eXp, we have something called revenue share. So you are getting, when you sponsor somebody, if you bring somebody into the company and say, hey, this is an awesome company, come and join, right? Whenever they close a deal, you are going to get company stock and you are also going to get revenue share, a percentage of their money, right? But it's not coming from them. So they're not the ones paying you, right? You're getting that the revenue share is coming from the company. So that is another way to make money with eXp. So eXp has a lot of different ways to make money aside from just closing a deal. And I can tell you that there are a lot of people that joined eXp only for agent attraction that are making 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a month in their downline income, and that is my dog Coco. But anyways, 60, 70, 80 to $100,000 a month in downline income, and they're not even closing a deal, right? So that is a whole other way to make money. The other thing that I want to talk about is health insurance. The health insurance at eXp, I was skeptical. It is so much better and so much less money. I was paying for a family of four $1,400 a month with United Healthcare for health insurance. I switched over to eXp. My daughter got mono. I have a $2,500 I can't think of the name right now. You know what I'm talking about, right? A $2,500 a year. I can't even think of the name. Anyways, so my daughter got mono a couple of months ago, and we were in the ER. She was in the ER all day, almost overnight. She was very, very sick. And I'm thinking, okay, oh, deductible. I'm thinking, okay, that money is going to my daughter's, I'm sorry, the ER is going to be, the money from the ER is going to be going towards my daughter's deductible. Do you know that with this eXp health insurance, I paid $20 to the emergency room, and that was it. They did a CAT scan. She had like this abscess in the back of her mouth. They had to like stick a needle in and drain the abscess. I know this might be too much information for some of you, but I'm just telling you, she was on IVs. She was so, 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 so sick. And I paid $20 with this health insurance. And I'm thinking CAT scan, like this is adding up, right? CAT scan, fluids. And you know how it is when someone gets sick. It's like, do we go? Do we not go? Is it worth it? Thank God we went. And honestly, the fact that that was how much I paid from the eXp health insurance was just insane. And I am paying a lot less than $1,400 a month that I was paying for United Healthcare that would have 100% my deductible, $2,500, would have gone to that hospital bill. Okay. So that is another thing that eXp has to offer. The other thing that I absolutely love is that, as I told you, I love to travel and we are a global company. What that means is that if you, which I do know several people, right, that have their real estate license, let's just say in Florida and also in Massachusetts. And if your real estate broker is not licensed in both states, well, then what happens? You have to join two different brokerages. You have two different names. You might be Keller Williams here and John R. Wood in Florida, or Sotheby's in Florida and, you know, Keller Williams up in Massachusetts, right? So that is with eXp. You are now part of eXp. You can be eXp in Florida, eXp in Massachusetts, eXp in California, eXp in Spain, eXp in Dubai, eXp in Romania, eXp in Japan, eXp in Seoul, South Korea. So we are a global company. We are eXp everywhere. So you have the opportunity to have licenses in multiple states under eXp, sell real estate in multiple companies with eXp, and not have to change your brand or not have to change how you do your business, which in my personal opinion is a huge reason why, another reason why I joined eXp. So let's talk real quick about lead generation. I already told you how we can teach you with my team and my co-sponsor and my upline how to generate deals on your own. But we also have a lot of departments at eXp where you can get leads from the referral department. Maybe you want to get into military so you can get a certification and now start to get leads from military, or relocation. You can take the relocation certification and now get leads for relocation. The Revnos and referrals at eXp, agent to agent referrals is huge. I got a random referral, and now I'm not even really selling real estate right now, but I got a random referral for a buyer in Miami that wanted to make an offer on a property on Miami Beach. It just came to my email, and I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm going to get I'm going to give a referral fee, but I just got a deal landed in my lap from our referral department. And I cannot begin to tell you how many other people at eXp is making bank with these referrals, right? And so there are so many different ways that we have at eXp to help you generate more deals aside from just getting them on your own. So that is a lot of the reasons why I joined eXp. I'm sure everybody has their own reason, but the ability to make more money is huge. The ability to make more money more ways is also huge, right? You don't just close a deal and make commission. You have the opportunity to make money in a lot of different ways. You have the opportunity to make stock and retirement income in a lot of different ways. The fact that we are a global community really is how I feel, right? Because when you're eXp, I was at eXpCon in Barcelona this last summer, and there were people from everywhere that I met: Dubai, London, France, Spain, South Africa, and Portugal, and everyone feels like a family. We've never met each other before, but it truly felt like a family. Everybody is here to help. And so because you have to choose a sponsor when you come to eXp, you are not going to be left alone, right? Everybody that is in your upline, as well as in the company, but that is in your upline, is here to help you. We want to see you succeed. So if you are still thinking about eXp after all of this, I would love to partner with you. I would love for you to partner with me, and I would love for you to partner with my team. And I would love to show you or sit down and talk to you about how eXp would work for you, because everybody's different. Every company is different. Every person is different, what they're looking for. And so if you want to discover more about eXp and how we can work together, just click the link below, fill out the form, and I will be in touch to talk to you about eXp and how we can help you. So thank you so much. I hope we can work together, and have a great day.